All right, welcome everyone. I'm super excited to get into this match tonight. I have some friends playing in these ones, and I have Daxx here to cast with me. How are you doing tonight, Daxx?
I'm good, Jesse. How are you?
I'm fantastic. The heat wave finally broke here. No sweating today, but maybe some sweaty
Awesome.
games.
I'm hoping for some sort of games. Hopefully, you guys can get some relief there. I know I've seen everything about fires and red suns, and it's crazy out there. Hopefully, you guys can get a little
Yeah,
bit of a break.
yeah. No, it was a nice surprise to wake up and it only be like 80 degrees and not 104. So, but yeah, lobby's just getting made right now. We do have those map bans in if we want to hop over and take a look at those. sOaK every lane did win that coin toss to begin with. They're deciding to go with first pick, and they've banned out Braxis and Cursed Hollow. Meanwhile, UuuuuuuuuU, such a such a long name. They're banning out Dragonshire and Hanamura and have chosen to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen for game number 1 of this best of 3 series. What are your thoughts on Tomb?
I like this. I like this map a lot. It's one of my favorites. Actually, a lot of the ones I dislike. I'm not a fan of Dragonshire or Braxis. Even like I said, even being an offlaner at heart, I just don't like those maps. But the wave clear map. So whoever usually drafts the best wave clear kind of wins. But
Mm.
at the same time, you could your enemy team cannot turn in their spider butts if they're dead. So you could do a good team fight comp as well.
Yeah, I like this map because it's such a small map. It's easy to catch people on rotations and do some things if you watch what's happening on the enemy side of the map in these small areas for turn-ins. Yeah, I always love to see aggressive tanks on these maps, just trying to catch, like stepping over onto enemy side of the map, looking for those picks while they're just trying to do the mid-top soak that generally happens on Tomb.
Yeah, I 100%. The first thing that comes to mind is Diablo. It's a really good Diablo map. You could get the Garrosh, you can get ETC, who's kind of been at the top at the moment. A lot of vents and hidey spots for some Mal'Ganis play as well.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that I was wondering tonight, I was reading those patch notes before we got into the game here. Coffee does play some Alarak, and he did have a little bit of buffs tonight, so maybe we'll see some Alarak play coming out from Coffee at some point in these matches.
It's a good thought. Everyone having the medallion. He plays a really good KTZ as well, so that might be a hero who kind of got a little bit of a nerf with everyone having like the pre-cleanse, be able to pop that and kind of snake out of his combo.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another thing too. The patch hit today. Gladiator's medallion is up and available for everyone to have that self cleanse. So I'm really excited. I haven't had a chance to try it out myself, but I can't wait to see how teams use that to their advantage in these matches tonight as well.
Yeah, I played a handful of games on it. I know I was telling you right before the cast, I kind of forgot that I had it because of the placement. It was moved all the way to the right, and apparently I did hear that if you play D.Va, I guess it swaps back to that number 6 spot in between different between mech and baby D.Va forms. So if you have it set on 1, yeah. So when you jump out of the mech, then you have to move it back to 1.
Now, just to note, D.Va and Gazlo are banned for the next couple weeks in NGS, so we're not going to be seeing either of them tonight. But we'll see what we're going to see picked up tonight because we're getting into this draft right now.
Yeah, and I believe Avalanche on May is unbanned in the NGS, so this will be the first season. Well, I guess last season she was released as a new hero, so our tank heroes finally got a new toy to play with, I guess, with...
So they did fix the bug on that then?
I believe so, yes.
All right. I'm interested to see if anyone decides to start picking up May now. We do have that Cassia band coming out first for the side of sOaK every lane. I know that Yuna has played some Cassia. I think maybe even Slex might play a little bit of Cassia as well. And Coffee, now that I think about it. So not a bad band. She also had a little bit of a nerf today in the patch. They took a little bit more damage off her Surge of Light, as well as the damage needed to have it up and available. So the way Surge of Light works is when you have your armor up, you take damage, you take a certain amount of damage, and you have Surge of Light to be activatable on your trait. So they increase the damage you need to take for that.
Yep, and then the Chromie Band going to come out here. I mean, she was nerfed just a little bit on her W build, but she's still powerful. And then we'll see that Zool Band, who's just, this is one of his more popular maps and higher win rate maps.
Yeah, Zool, really great wave clear. Wave clear usually plays pretty well for Tomb of the Spider Queen. So I'm not really surprised to see that ban here at all.
But nothing feels too targeted. I mean, Cassia, I haven't played her since the patch today to see if she really feels a certain way. So kind of meta bans here, ETC coming out. A little bit of nerf on that Encore, but still the CDR on that is kind of broken.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also just makes it hard to know when Mosh is up and available, or Sage Dive if you opt to take that heroic. With that ability picked at 13. Before, you just be able to, like, I know Mosh is on this long of a cooldown and I just have to watch the timer in game, and when it gets to this number, I know it's back up again. But now it's a little bit harder to keep track of, which makes team fights a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Decker getting picked up. Ruby was nerfed a little bit, but I think the armor talent's still pretty good at that talent tier. And then Perfect Gems, I think, is a little bit more viable now if you wanted that cooldown reduction on the Ruby. We'll see DMN 13 grab the Rainer here.
Did they change May's portrait?
They did. That is.
I was like, that looks really different.
I didn't notice that in any notes or anything, but they did change
that.
Yeah,
the updated May's portrait there.
Yeah, and then we're going to see UuuuuuuuU picking up the Garrosh and the Anna. Good combo there. The flip into the sleep, and then any sort of mage that maybe Coffee wants to bring here, or
just a sleep setting up for the toss too.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Garrosh gets really tricky to kill with all of his armor and an Anna to back him up and heal. It looks like they kind of are aware of the Coffee Alarak potential, and they're banning that away. But do they know there's another combo hero that he really likes to play? That is still up and available. I don't want to give it away here.
No, but yeah, so DMN on a Rainer last season for sOaK eVeRy had an 80% win rate on the Rainer, so a solid comfort pick for them coming out here. So Jaina and Hanzo, depending on the build on Hanzo, great wave clear as well. CC depending on the ultimate as well, and the ring. So good combos there.
Hi, Tearless. How are you? Paradox, welcome. Tim, hopefully chat can help you keep up with what's going on. I know you're kind of new to HOTS, but I appreciate you tuning in and watching the game.
Are yours.
Orphea and Sonya being picked up here for sOaK eVeRy lane. So this is leaving the solo lane last pick for UuuuuuuU, so they can look to maybe pick something up that will deal with Sonya in that off lane.
Yeah, I think it's going to probably be the Artanis. I know Unileska is really comfortable on the Artanis. It wasn't banned away from her here. Kind of trades well into the Sonya, especially if she goes the stacks. The stack quest at 1, Ire, Protector of Ire, and then there's going to be that pick with the new skin. Beautiful art on this. I love. I love that new skin.
You have to rock the new skin.
Of course.
You can't pick Artanis on a patch day and not rock the new skin that came out with him. Personally, I don't know that I really like playing Artanis into Sonya, because you usually just pick up block and then you have to make sure that you auto before you W if you want to get damage off on your W, because she has those 2 stacks of blocks, and you're always just constantly playing around block because a lot of his damage comes from auto attacks. But I mean, you can still just soak the lane. You don't have to win it on this map. It's not like it's Braxis or Dragonshire. You just have to be able to catch your soak and not die, which she can definitely do.
Yes.
You ready for some god swaps?
I'm always down for god swaps. I mean, I followed you when you were playing CCL, and you were hitting some god swaps. And I know I've seen a few games of Unileska play. I haven't gotten the pleasure to play with her yet, but yeah, I'm all for it. I'm curious on what May ult is gonna go. We may see a Ice Wall into Eternal Feast combo, into Sleep, and all kinds of just a lot of wombo combos coming out from the side of sOaK eVeRy lane.
Well, here we are, game number 1 of our best of 3 series. sOaK eVeRy lane on the left here with Philip K on the Sonya, Dan 13 on the Rainer, Doubles on the he's just spinning.
Orphea.
The Orphea, thank you. Kid on the May, and we miss Folk Spam on the Sonya.
All right, and on the right-hand side, in the red trunks, we have UuuuuuuU. We have Slexia on the Ana, Big Bird on Hanzo, Coffee on Jaina, Tang on Garrosh and Unileska on Artanis.
Just having a dance party on the right-hand side before the game gets going. I am really looking forward to see how these rotations play out between mid and top. Garrosh, one of those tanks that can super easily cut off on the rotation and displace someone. Then we have right away toss going out onto Sonya and the Sun landing onto an amazing swap, throwing her right under the towers, and that's going to be first blood drawn by UuuuuuuuU. Followed up by the Garrosh being picked off by sOaK every lane. So 1 for 1 early right in the game. So XP pretty even here, and it's just going to probably go straight to lane soaking.
We're going to see a rotation of 2 on the bot just to cover that bot lane for Sonya. I'm not sure if they want to maybe try and do a different style stack. It looks like Raynor in the top, Orphea in the middle.
I'm thinking maybe Jaina just went down to grab a globe there, perhaps.
Oh, that could be. Yep, globe quest.
She's globe quest, although she has 0 globes, so maybe she didn't get the globe.
It always feels bad.
Yeah, you're just showing up slightly late every time. Pang looking for that pick again. Raynor managing to walk away before he can find it. Rest of the team is starting to go mid to get that sOaK. We have a little bit of a rotation up from the Sonya. She's going to drop in those 5 gems. Meanwhile, Pang again looks like he's stepping up, trying to find that pick, and there goes the Raynor into the back line of UuuuuuuuU. Lots of damage going out onto him. He's trying to walk out to survive. Hanzo's focusing him down, but it's not going to be enough to get that pick there.
Yep, we're just going to continue these slow rotations. I think sOaK and the lane's got to play
Pang goes again, toss onto the Raynor in the back line. He just gets blown up by the Jaina.
Yeah, and that's what we'll see, and we just kind of have to see sOaK every lane kind of do this until 10. I think when these combos come online, and then having kind of a half cleanse coming out of Ana later on, may have some trouble dealing with engages.
Lots of questing talent level 1s on the side of UuuuuuU. We have Hanzo talenting into Redemption. So he's looking for those auto attack quests there. Jaina with the globes, Garrosh taking the Q, and of course Artanis picking up Protector of Ire. Is that how you say it?
I think so. I believe that's how you say it. That's how I pronounce it.
I'm just copying you.
Okay, you're a brave woman.
Still, both teams pretty even on XP, even with that pick that they managed to get on the Raynor. The Bruiser Camp getting picked up right now by sOaK every lane. Turn-ins slowly getting pushed towards 32 gems already turned in on the side of UuuuuuuU, 22 on the side of sOaK every lane, and they only need a few more to have enough to get a full turn-in on both sides. Dubal's getting that turn-in right now while the Bruiser lane's getting cleared out by UuuuuuU.
UuuuuuuU does have the turn-in, so they're going to probably try and look and do this, maybe get a pick, or their Bruiser Camp here in time. Looks like Slex was heading that way, but it looks like they're going to try and invade the bot. Getting a little sniffed out down here. You're going to see Yuna getting rooted there, but we're going to see somebody get flipped and stunned and rooted all in one place, contested over here on this bottom point. We're going to see May on the point, using her ice block. She's going to be able to get out of there, and we're going to see the invade for UuuuuuuU.
Nice little route from the Decker coming out at the end there to help him get a little more stacks on that level 1 talent he picked up. He's currently sitting at 6 stacks on the Scroll of Identify.
Yeah, great call out there and then to get the invade there right before turn-in.
And now we see that first spider phase coming up here in favor of UuuuuuuU. Typically, teams like to push the top lane for that boss fight, so get a little bit of pressure in the mid lane and cause them to have to react to that first. And now it looks like we're seeing the rotation top. Try and open that up for the boss.
Death upon the blue team.
Let's getting a little low there in the bottom, getting spun to win. She's going to have that armor. She's going to be able to get away there a little bit. She should have tap available, and she's going to head right back into lane there.
Must feel like after Raynor getting tossed a couple times there, they're a little bit scared to step up into this Garrosh, and I can't really blame them. They don't have very much slows or anything to stop him from just walking into the enemy team here. There's a Raynor Q, and Orphea might be able to kind of juke a little bit out with her Q, but definitely a little scary. I guess I have the Deckard slow. That's pretty much what you're looking at. We have Jaina stepping up to get that pick on a Raynor with Kid trying to peel, doesn't quite work out. Jaina getting a little bit of sticky situation, but Pang able to throw her out, and she's gonna live here, and that's, I think this is gonna be it. They're gonna take the front wall off that top fort and go look to do some more stuff on the map here.
Yeah, 2 walls down, not too bad for, pre-5-minute turn in here, but we're going to see them try and defend, turn in from sOaK every lane here. Pang's doing a great job just trying to get vision on that top.
Have a rotation onto Sonya here. We have Blizzard coming out from the Jaina, slowing
sleep.
her. We have the sleep from and the biotic grenade from the Ana, but not quite enough damage to get the pick there. But they are able to relieve a little bit of pressure from that bottom lane. Meanwhile, sOaK every lane getting the turn in, and now their spider phase is going to be arriving here in just a moment.
No, not too bad. Looks like the lanes aren't too far pushed out in their defensive favor here, so they should get a good push here. Looks like they're going to focus top, like you said as well, to maybe counteract this boss lane.
UuuuuuuuuU just slightly ahead on XP here, but not too much of a difference. It just means that they might be able to hit their level 10s a little bit earlier to pick the fight, depending on where everyone's positioned on the map with these spiders pushing in right now. However, it looks like sOaK every lane is catching up with these spiders to kind of help.
So yeah, great spot back onto the Sonya and the Flip, but she's going to be able to get out of there. She's going to be able to spin to win. Healing reduction coming out on the Sonya. Just a counter for her. She is going spin to win, which it looks like she is.
Yeah, definitely something annoying to deal with as a Sonya. We have level 10s now hit for both teams here. Nano boost coming out from the Ana pairs nicely with the Jaina, who talented into Ring of Frost. And we have the blind from the Artanis as well. Interesting on the side of sOaK every lane, we have Sonya talenting into the Leap instead of Wrath. And we do have Snowball being picked up as well.
Yeah, I like it. I am a Leap player myself. I know Paradox in the chat will probably give me a scolding look. But with the Leap, I actually like the blow-up build instead of the extra healing on the I like the damage over time on the Q in that build, because you can kind of just at least pick a squishy target and make him disappear.
sOaK every lane managed to get that bruiser camp out again. It's now pushing onto that mid fort and threatening that. When that was happening, Yuna picking up the bottom Siege Giants. Pang getting in a little bit of sticky situation. Leap going out onto him, followed up by the root from the Mei is going to get the kill onto the Garrosh there. Now they're just looking to take down this mid fort. Bruiser camp getting picked up by the rest of UuuuuuuU while that was going on there.
Yeah, the macro game for UuuuuuuU is very on point in this game. I mean, they got the bot camp, the Giants pushing there. They were, traded this bruiser camp for front, the first, actually, I guess that would be the first one, but they got turned in as well.
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. I would say that sOaK every lane's not doing a horrible job either. They've been making sure to get their bruiser camp out. They've got 2 out already in this game, and it's not like they didn't want the bottom giant camp. They just got contested over it. So it's not terrible on the side of sOaK every lane either. We're gonna see that top lane push coming from UuuuuuuU to open up that boss lane. Great call here. If they manage to get a fight and get some picks here, they can look to grab that boss next and threaten keep. Pang keeping an eye on the point of rotation between the mid and top fort here to see if he could pick anyone off, but they were smart enough not to try to rotate through there. Now looks like they're going to try and siege in mid a little bit, as top lane still needs to be dealt with that spider.
See Mage just drop a blizzard and walk away. Those little guys are the ones that do the majority of the damage onto the forts. But that should take care of itself as we go.
Oh, Leap coming in, followed by the Crushing Jaws coming out there. And Coffee's getting tossed out by Pang. What a beautiful save coming out from the tank here. You have Yuna going in to try to get a little bit of damage, but that's going to just scare them away. It looks like they're going to decide to disengage. Very, very beautiful save. Like, slight little difference there, and she would have been caught in that Crushing Jaws, and they would have secured the kill.
Yeah, great timing on that, and then what a great match so far. I mean, we're about to hit 13 on both sides here, just trading one objective for another, and almost it seems like 1 kill for another. Just these teams are matching up pretty nicely.
A lot of alts did go out there. Hyperion Snowball still up, and the taunt from the Garrosh still up and available. But everything else used in that last fight that they tried to pick the Jaina off on. sOaK every lane currently sitting on enough gems to turn in. They just have to find the space to do so. Mei going in for the engage here, slides into the back line. She's getting focused down quite a lot. She has that reduced healing coming out from the Ana onto her. Now getting poked down by Hanzo and the Artanis. Garrosh really stepping up. Looks like he's going to try and get a throw here, but it's just not working out for him. Stay a while, comes out, doesn't connect onto anyone. Interested to see if they're going to keep this brawl going. Coffee getting really low here, but this time Garrosh not able to save him, and he does fall here. Crushing Jaw coming out, connecting onto 2 members of UuuuuuuuU, and now the Decker Dorito securing the following 2 kills with the help of the Rainer there. 3 members down on the side of UuuuuuuU. The Hanzo arrow coming out. It's going to help secure a kill onto the Sonya. So now a 3-for-1 in favor of sOaK every lane. It looks like this is the space they needed to go get that turn in now.
Yeah, let's see. Turn-ins. Yeah, I was gonna say they may maybe make a boss play, but death timers aren't that long yet. We're still pre-16, so just get these lanes pushed out a little bit in their favor, and then try and get it pushed out, and maybe get a keep of their own here.
They also grabbed that siege camp in the bottom there, so they'll have those to support these spiders coming in. I'm interested to see whether they just decide to push bottom, or maybe push out top and try to, you know, counter the periodic caddas that are spawning up there now that UuuuuuuU has secured the top for it. But it looks like they're going for the mid approach instead, maybe.
And a big, huge wave. I mean, Sony's going to be up there dealing with that. It's going to probably get them really close to 16s, just dealing with that. And it looks like they may collapse bottom down here onto Big Bird and Coffee. Gina stepping up here as well, but we're going to see the 4v3 here. They're going to back off and maybe just surrender the fort.
Yeah, I can't say they blame them. That group of people is really easy to kind of engage on them, and especially Artanis. Like, once you've engaged as an Artanis, it's really hard to disengage for a fight, so I wouldn't want to get caught trying to protect an already dead fort down there. But they are managing to keep their top fort alive, which is great for them as that's the boss lane, but level 16 is almost online for sOaK every lane. Look at Sonya potentially posturing to try and get something out of the fort range over there.
Yep, their combo is back up as the leap and the crushing jaws. May have been looking to leap behind the wall, but they're going to peel off. They have turn in now. 16s is online for them, so now's their chance to fight if they wanted to look for it.
Looks like they are posturing to get these gems in the bottom lane. UuuuuuuU picking up the bruiser camp instead of defending here. Kind of what they need to do, though. They're down that level 16 talent here. A little bit risky for them to try and step up and defend it, but they're looking for the invade here. Sonya goes out with the leap, landed on 2 members of UuuuuuU. Crushing Jaws coming out. Does hit onto the Garrosh, but he's popped his unstoppable, and he's going to be able to walk out of that, but not too far as the Stay a While did connect on there, but Hanzo showing up with the peel with his arrow. Mei getting a little bit caught out of position here. Toss to throw her back out after she just used her cooldowns for escape, so she is going to fall here. Rest of the team on the run now as their health is quite low, and this is going to be a little bit of a free clear for the side of Team UuuuuuuU. This is what they needed to kind of get themselves back in the game after falling a little bit behind on XP.
Yeah, great peeling arrow coming out of Big Bird there on the Hanzo to kind of disengage for the team. I mean, Garrosh was fine, had the unstoppable, but with that sleep coming out there, it was just a great counter engage.
So like I said, free clear on the spiders. They managed to clear out bottom, mid's gone down, and now they're just looking at top, and Yuna's been working on that the entire time. I don't even think they're going to lose their fountain here. They are getting close to turn in. They just need that one more gem. Already got 19 turned in, and there they go. They picked that up, so they can look to do turn in now. Meanwhile, sOaK every lane on that bruiser camp. A little bit of help for the defense if they do manage to get that turn in. And maybe even they're here in time to interrupt some. Big lead coming out onto the members of UuuuuuuU. Crushing Jaw to follow up, catching Kang. And the Stay a While coming out and connecting onto a couple members of UuuuuuU as well, but it's a 1-for-1 right now, and Coffee is now on the run with Mei to kind of help slow him and keep up here. The rest of the team here to try and help, but it's not going to be enough. That's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of sOaK every lane. Now, mind you, they're quite far away from having that turn in. So really, all they can maybe look to do now is grab a boss while mid lane gets cleared out by UuuuuuuU.
And it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do here. Probably going to have Sony maybe get some double soak there. So Unilever just barely missing that swap. But she's gonna go up there. Let's see what UuuuuuuuuU does here. Probably gonna clear out this mid, maybe get lanes pushed out a little bit, and then see if there's time here. That boss is getting burnt down pretty fast. They may just have to forfeit their fort there and just defend it at the keep wall.
We did have that Rainer talent into the Exterminator on level 1, so a little bit of help with these camps and stuff. Yuna picking up that siege camp in the bottom just to help push that out a bit and maybe secure the bottom fort while they lose top to the boss. So at least they're trading structures here. I don't think they're going to be able to hold on to this top fort with a boss pick and just the pressure that Sonya and Mei are creating onto them right now. We do have the Hyperion coming up in a moment here for Rainer, so they could choose to siege this in with the help of Hyperion. Stun landing onto the Mei. Not able to get any throws onto her. It does look like Kane's looking for something. In goes Sonya into the back line. She manages to leap out, crushing jaw going out. Unstoppable being popped by the Garrosh, and they're not able to find anything there. The Ring of Frost from the Jaina connecting onto 3 members of sOaK every lane did a really good job of zoning them off, of capitalizing off of anything on the stay a while and listen there.
Yeah, great defense. Like you said, the trading structures there, and only losing the keep wall there. So we're going to maybe see the chase down. UuuuuuuuU has turn in again here. Bot is pushed out pretty far. We're going to push out mid and then get the turn in. So they might, attempt to finish off mid here and then go back to top after this turn in.
It does look like they're just going straight for that turn in the top lane. The rest of the team had rotated to try and clear up the bottom lane with those siege giants pushing in. And create enough space for UuuuuuuU to get that turn in. Big Bird sitting here just keeping vision of what's going on in the mid. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any rotation from sOaK every lane to catch him. So he'll be okay here for now. It does get a little concerning if they do check it for vision, though, with its team so far back.
Yeah,
but they're all here now,
yeah.
and it looks like it's going to be okay. So they managed to push up that top lane. So Spider will be threatening the top keep. And now they're going for siege into the mid keep. The fort's almost dead already, so they'll be able to push down mid keep while top keeps getting threatened by the Spider. Looks like they're going to do a rotation, try to catch Sonya here. She backs up from clearing that bottom lane. The stun goes out to Sonya. She does pop that Gladiator's medallion. I mean, it saved her for a moment there, and then she was able to leap out. She did get into a little bit of danger, but it doesn't matter if she survived. But leap down now, so we don't have to worry about that jumping into the back line. Beautiful stay a while and listen coming out from the Decker there, catching 3 members. Snowball going out onto the Hanzo, and he's now in the back line of UuuuuuuU. Easily gets picked off here, and he does fall. So there goes the siege potential here. You don't usually want to do that as a 4v5, and now Mei just chasing them down with the slows and roots coming out from Blizzard here. Ring of Frost coming out, and now we have the Crushing Jaws connecting onto 2 members of UuuuuuuU. Jaina getting stuck, pops her ice block, but she's now stuck in the back line. She's going to fall here. Sonya coming in with the flank, sitting on Ana. The swap coming out, followed up by the sleep, just to kind of stall them from chasing the rest of UuuuuuuU down.
Yeah, 20's not quite online yet for UuuuuuuU, but we're going to get the turn in here, and we may see another fight here before 20's, and while 2 members of red team are down.
I think that was the first time this game we really saw Snowball get some good value, getting that pick on the isolated Hanzo there.
Yeah, that seems to be the talk, like instead of like the cheese alt there, that it's kind of more like I know a lot of people like to use it as kind of like a Nubarak cocoon, kind of isolate maybe one person from the fight, or maybe get one pick. Kind of
I definitely feel like it's a little bit higher skill of an alt to take, because not only is it kind of a skill shot you have to land, but you need to be aware of what's going on in these team fights to land those snowballs that are pushing the enemy back into your back line. Sometimes those snowballs end up causing you to lose the team fight. But in this situation, you got one target isolated behind an enemy fort, and it worked really well. Snowball also works really well as a disengage tool as well. Top lane pushed out pretty far here. They have those periodic katas spawning, so it'll help a little bit with the clear, potentially. And they're going to just siege in bottom here. Hyperion coming out from the Rainer to help with that. in the front wall of the keep already down. Spider's still looking quite healthy. Looks like Pang's kind of posturing to see if he can pick off any of those backliners away from the minion, if they step away from the minions.
All right, first keep down. We're going to
In
see a
goes
toss onto that
Deckard. Taunt comes out to him. Leaf is in there to try and heal for him. Crushing Jaws comes out. They do manage to get the pick onto the Ana, but not for free. Deckard does fall. Snowball Cannon comes out, sending Garrosh into the back line. Chases on for Yuna now. She's getting quite low. Gets hit by the Spider Wave, and now we have the May Blizzard coming out, connecting onto her as well. Garrosh back from the Snowball, picking on Sonya in the back line as Big Bird on the Hanzo tries to escape back into base, and that looks like he's going to get away here, but Garrosh falling in the meantime. 3 members down on the side of UuuuuuuuU, leaving just the Hanzo and Jaina to try and defend this now. Coffee getting quite low, and he's going to pop that ice block, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to save him, and down goes the core. GG, well played. sOaK every lane taking game number 1 of this best of 3 series.
Yeah, what a great match. Really back and forth. But yeah, to your point, I think it was that Avalanche ult, isolating Big Bird there while they're defending their keep that kind of turned that around, gave them 20s, and it just kind of, no pun intended, snowballed from there.
Yeah, for sure. That pick onto the Hanzo kind of made them able to turn around the games. And then also just having like the staggered death. So they got the pick on Hanzo, but then chased down through the bottom lane and kind of got a couple more picks as they made their way back. Kind of helped secure the win there. But very well played by both teams. It was only 13 to 8 kills, so nobody really, not a high kill game or anything going on here. And really, like you said, I think it could have been anyone's game.
Yeah, I mean, it's, UuuuuuuuuU probably had a little bit of trouble trading into that Sonya if you were just taking a peek at the sOaK. Sonya almost, pretty much doubled the XP sOaK there. Hansa doing a great job picking up some of that sOaK to keep the team in it. It was kind of neck and neck all the way. Like you said, the kills were the same as well up until the end of that. So I'm excited for game 2 to see what these teams, what they thought of. Any respect bans maybe coming out. Maybe a Garrosh ban, an Orphea ban, or maybe even a Sony ban.
Yeah, I'm excited too to see if we have some more comfort picks coming out from these players. There's a few players on here that I know like to play some specific heroes. So like the Alarak or the KTZ from the Coffee. Pang plays a mean Muradin too, and he opted for the Garrosh in that first round instead. But we do have the lobby being made right now. And I'm just gonna get everything updated for our map selections here real quickly.
Yeah, Alterac Pass, not one you normally see here, but you can kind of poke. This could be a Li Ming map. Whether the Chromie can get through. Orpheus really good into this. Just being able to stall that objective, as well as double soakers. I've seen double soak Zol on this map, 4-man bot, kind of like the Towers of Doom strategy there, and he traded really well.
Yeah. So this time around, it looks like UuuuuuuU has decided to go with that first pick option, meaning that sOaK every lane decided on the map pick here, bring us to Alterac Pass. We're just waiting for lobby to get all sorted here. I'm gonna let them know we're ready to go. And we can jump right into game number 2 of our best of 3 series.
Yeah, I will say, I mean, I know you're a streamer as well, but I can only imagine certain players, I know Slex and Coffee and Yuna, as well as a few other teams and bigger streamers are playing in this season 10 of NGS. A lot of new teams, it's a little hard because you don't have a whole lot of data on people for what they want to play and who's playing what role and things like that. But I mean, I'm not sure if you've ever felt the sting. I know your Artanis got banned from you a handful of times in your competitive games, but
yeah, definitely when people are familiar with you because you're streaming, your hero pool tends to get figured out pretty quickly. So yeah, not so much Artanis getting taken away from me because I don't play him a lot. I just I haven't really played him a lot this last year. I know I did pick him up in CCL a couple games, but yeah, I kind of stopped liking him because you have 0 disengage. You have like
Yes.
your only sustain in lanes is shields, not any way to get your health back. And I don't know. His protector of ire. Is that how you say it? Someone was telling me ire.
Perfect.
Ire.
Yeah, ire. That is
Protector of ire kind of like made him a little bit more fun to play just because you have the dings going off all the time. But I don't tend to play him like at all anymore. Like I avoid him.
Yeah, honestly, I think maybe BOE for like he's viable, but I'd rather play Sonya or
yeah, and then you're like not even picking Protector of Ire if you're just picking him for Immortal Burn. The other
Exactly.
situation that I picked him for, and the reason that I probably did pick him in CCL is because Bloodlust was like big then, so you'd have like total comps drafted around a Bloodlust, and you just want the blind to have some kind of counter to that. But yeah, I don't know. He's still like one of my most played heroes, but I'm not super keen on him these days. It's Sylvanas that gets banned from me these days now.
That's true. You know what? I did reach out to you on a Sylvanas build. Which, I know it's very impressive as well. But yeah, we're I guess now with the Deckard nerf here to Ruby, we're in Rhaegar falling off after that Bloodlust, like you mentioned, the Bloodlust meta we had for a while. Like we're just kind of in at least a weird state with our support heroes right now. Deckard can still be picked up. Maybe we start seeing more Malfurion. Slex played a great Anna. Anduin's good as well. There's a lot of these other heroes. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just say, who I love, who we don't see very often because of that like whole Deckard Rhaegar meta that was going on for so long was Ariel. She's like one of my most favorite healers to play. It's so fun to get like the whips and be able to secure kills because you managed to land a stun onto that wall.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, like with everybody having their own cleanse, it's something that you may not miss. Because Rhaegar has the cleanse, Lily has a cleanse, Uther has a cleanse. Anduin has the Yeet of Faith, as I call it. But with everyone having their own cleanse, it might bring some more of these other supports into the meta.
Yeah, you're not wrong because there's just certain things like you need to play. You need to have a cleanse on your team. Like you're playing into like a KTZ or like maybe a Mal'Ganis or something with some like heavy CC comps. Like you've got a Kerrigan. Like you need a cleanse, and so it forces you into drafting that small pool of healers that have one. But now with everyone having the Gladiator's Medallion and an activatable self cleanse, you might be able to see some of these healers that you haven't seen for a while being picked up. You're not wrong there.
Yeah, everyone for themselves, and then we will see the targeted ban there onto Pang's Garrosh.
So I'm wondering if we're going to see him picking up Muradin in this series. They already banned out the ETC followed by the Garrosh, so there is a little bit of tank choke going on here. Yeah, I mean I know he plays Muradin. I'm not sure what other tanks he can play, but there we go. We have that Muradin being picked up. I was gonna say, I know he's a pretty he's been playing this game for forever. I know that he's got a decent hero pool. I'm sure there's other tanks he can play, but I know that 100% he's very comfortable on Muradin.
I like Diablo on this map as well. You can kind of get a lot of value out of both of his ultimates there and a lot of walls to stun enemies on. But we're going to see Spam picking up that Deckard again. Maybe, okay, we're going to move right into that Tychus.
Damn time.
Now, we do still have Mei up and available to pick as well. I'm wondering if going into the second ban phase, if UuuuuuuuU is going to decide to get rid of that, as that did kind of help secure the win at the end with the beautiful snowball. Slexia's Anna still up. But they're going to grab the Cassia and letting Yuna pick up her Artanis once again here.
So we see that nice combo coming out there. I mean, the blinds from Artanis, buffing Big Bird on the Cassia there with the extra damage, and will kind of nullify Tychus's trait there, at least for a small amount of time.
Yes. Even better if they can kind of communicate and not blind at the same time. That'll be very, very effective in stopping Tychus from just shredding that front line. We have the Anna ban coming out. Not a surprise. We did see Slexia play that Anna, land some nice, beautiful sleeps in the last game, so just denying her that seems like a pretty safe bet here. Like I said, maybe Mei here being banned from sOaK every lane. They still need their tank.
I think May would be the better ban, but again, and then there, right there it is. That's a good call there. I was gonna say, or the Orphea, she's still on the board, and then Sonya as well. But definitely May was the bigger problem.
I'm wondering if Cassia is going to talent into Lightning Ball or if she's going to go for the Valkyrie in this match, because I know if you throw out an Artanis blind while the ball's going off, it kind of pairs nicely. But their team doesn't have a ton of CC with a Muradin. You've got your Q on him, and then maybe he goes like Skullcracker for a little bit of extra stun.
Yeah, I think Valkyrie would be the play here. Tychus has extremely low range, or if he wants to get in there and get those chomps off.
Well,
so
there's the
it could be
extra CC being picked up there for sure. The Kel'Thuzad chains and roots, and Brightwing with a polymorph as well.
I serve.
Okay. So we're gonna see a squishy team coming out from the side of sOaK every lane here. And then just, a standard good comp here. Coffee going to be able to hit some of these chains here on this map once the objective starts.
I'm interested to see how much value this Zeratul is going to get. If he's going to be able to be in the back line and getting the picks he needs to secure to kind of turn the tides of these fights, especially with a Brightwing to just polymorph him anytime he pops up. I feel like it's one of the easier ways to lock down a Zeratul in your back line is a polymorph, because it's usually pretty hard to land skill shot stuns on him and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why Brightwing is just an unsexy pick. I mean, it's probably just because the healing is kind of like Lucio's, and it's not really there when you actually need it. Just outside of taking Blink Heal,
sure, yeah,
or the Z if you have it. But she counters so much stuff. It's just unreal.
All right, well here we are in game number 2. I'll let you introduce the left-hand side team on this.
Sure.
This game.
All right, in the blue trunks for sOaK every lane, we have Philippic on the Zeratul, Kid on Mal'Ganis, Doubles on the Orphea, Damn 13 on that Tychus, and Spam on that Deckard.
And rocking the red is UuuuuuuuU with Pang on the Muradin, Coffee on the Kel'Thuzad, Slexia playing Brightwing, Unileska on her famed Artanis, and Big Bird playing the Cassia.
You just wanted to say UuuuuuuU. I knew it.
Deckard setting up some potions and stuff, getting ready for that mid-brawl that always happens, and it looks like the Zeratul maybe just kind of sitting off on the flank to try and pick off any teammate that might get a little bit isolated and away from people who can save him. It looks like Yuna saw exactly what he was doing though and revealed him with her Q.
So I think the wave clear coming out from sOaK every lane is a little bit better until a little bit later, when Coffee can get stacked on the KTC, and then the wave clear becomes way better. But we're going to probably see him rotate down here, maybe just try and be, not to quote Little Mermaid, but try and be where the people are.
It kind of does look like they're just doing a rotation between mid and bot, maybe just trying to figure out where the members of sOaK every lane are to try and get stacked on them. But that 1 minute is up, and they are picking up their siege camp already. Tychus and the Deckard grabbing that right now. It looks like Cassia is making her way over to the Uuuuuuu's side of siege camp with Coffee to back them up on the KTT. A little bit of a 1v1 going on up here. Yeah, I just saw the swap go on the minimap. Thought I'd check out what's going on up here. Yeah, she seems to be doing very well into the Zeratul in the top lane. Both camps now picked up and heading down mid to be cleared up.
Tyler's Pro in the chat says, did Ping go quest? No, he actually went second wind at one.
That's an interesting pick. I feel like I usually see Muradins go the Q quest, but no, second wind being picked up by Ping. Like I said though, Muradin is one of those heroes that he's very comfortable on, so he might just have his build that he prefers going and he's comfortable playing with. Second wind does give you that opportunity to back off of objective for a little bit, even if you don't have tap up. It takes a very short time to heal up as a Muradin.
Yeah, and like I said, well, I know we were talking about the bright wing there a little bit, so that probably helps at least alleviate some of that pressure off of Dyslexia if you can peel away there. And I'm curious if we might see on Cassie here, Ring of the Leech is another good talent. Maybe their take, just getting healing off of all of the damage versus the trait, since it got kind of a little bit of nerf here.
See how Coffee's doing on his stacks here, currently at 2 stacks of the Master of the Cold Dart.
Interesting. So it did go inner light, so not even the healing off of the damage, but just activate to gain 25% of the health. And then just hitting with the Qs actually lowers that cooldown. So a burst heal for Cassia as well there.
Looks like sOaK every lane getting right on that siege camp once again when it comes up. So that's going to have to be cleared out while objective is up for the first objective phase here. UuuuuuuuU clearing out some of the minions around objective so they can look to get channel, but Mal'Ganis sitting around to make sure to have some kind of interrupt with the backup from the Deckard. Cassia now grabbing the siege camp on the side of UuuuuuuU. Arcana's coming down to help her pick that up. Kind of looking at Zeratul in the mid right now. Chain going out onto him, but it doesn't connect onto the Deckard. He is going to able to get away here as long as he plays it safe, but no, he gets rooted instead by the KTZ. Getting quite low, but the rest of his team coming in to help back him up. We got the teleport coming in to save Coffee. Perfect timing from the Brightwing. He's going to live here. And now mid-camp looking to be cleared out by UuuuuuuU.
Great CN by Dyslexia there on the Brightwing to save Coffee. Not force this team fight. So we'll see both teams try to get for their 7s here. Should get them about the same time. Yeah, as we see sOaK every lane trying to move in on the first objective here.
KTZ coming around from the back way. A little bit scary as he's now going to be a bit isolated from the rest of his team if they decided to turn on him. But instead, they're focusing all of their damage onto the Muradin, who again has that second win and is now full health again and ready to kind of go back in. Coffee stepping up to try and delay the channel. But again, getting a little bit forward from the rest of his team here. Able to walk out anyway, though. Sleep coming out, connecting onto the Muradin and Cassia. Muradin now just looking at the back line while Mal'Ganis is in the back line of UuuuuuuU. We have the KTZ combo connecting, and now down goes Orphea from the Fen coming out from the Cassia. Cassia looking to stop the channel on the objective, and the rest of the sOaK every lane just looking for the retreat here. Beautiful Sleep stalling everyone while the rest of his team escapes coming out from the Mal'Ganis. Channel being started now, and here comes some seconds onto the channel for Team UuuuuuuU. A little bit, they should be okay here. I mean, you could look to back cap, but you're going to be able to see it because they have minions still up on the side of UuuuuuuU. So as long as they can keep this held for the next 15 seconds, they should be okay. They don't have KTZ with them now, so it is a 5v4. Train getting quite low here. Slow.
Yep.
Slow coming out, and they just managed to get that pick onto the Muradin. Now UuuuuuuuLesna getting quite low as well. 2 members down for UuuuuuuU. They can look to cap this objective now. Teleport coming out. It is going to save the Cassia here, so they're going to be able to walk away. Both teams pretty even on XP. sOaK every lane a little bit ahead here, but it's not too far that UuuuuuU can't catch up or anything.
No, absolutely not. The 9's gonna come on like halfway there. I love the peekaboo talent at 7 for Brightwing into this comp. He's getting that shield against that.
Oh, beautiful combo coming out from KTZ in the mid there. He's getting a little bit more stacked. He's sitting at 18 stacks right now.
Poor Pang getting just chunked down by that Tychus.
Yeah, definitely got to be a bit careful playing into the Tychus, especially when your teammates that have those blinds to kind of negate his damage are missing. You want to make sure you save those jumps to get you out of there. There's a big siege coming in from mid from the side of sOaK every lane. I kind of like this call because typically mid is where people run to get caps for both of these objectives, or you can stand behind walls to poke down and stop cap. But if you manage to take down mid, it's a little bit scarier for the enemy team to step up and stall those caps on the objective with no structure there to help defend them.
Yeah, look at point 10's coming online there. You know, they didn't really get a chance to pick a fight there. So 10's now online for both teams here.
Yeah, on the side of sOaK every lane, we have Decker talenting in to stay a while and listen. Tyka's picking up Odin, Crushing Jaws from the Orphea, Void Prison from the Zeratul, and Dark Conversion. Yeah, Dark Conversion being picked up. Yeah. There's that Void Prison coming out, catching 2 members of UuuuuuuuuU, KTZ, and Cassia stuck in. Stay a while and listen, followed up by that. Coffee just getting deleted here. Nothing that can really be done with that combo. And down goes Orphea and Zeratul in the process, though. Dark Conversion coming out onto Pang here, and he's not just looking to chase down this Tychus, leaps over the wall and manages to get away. Not really enough backup there for them to try and secure those kills. Cassia's still healthy enough, but their healer getting really low. So they're just going to back off and look to clear out those lanes. Artanis already picking up the siege camp over here on the side of UuuuuuuuU. And Decker backing just to get his health bar and mana back up here.
Yeah, great trade in there. Like I said, we did see on the side of UuuuuuuU, we got Avatar coming out, Suppression Pulse for the Artanis, Ball Lightning for the Cassia, Shadow Fissure on the Coffee on the KTV, and then Emerald Wind, so another disengage tool, possibly for the Mal'Ganis and the Zeratul there as well.
Just taking a look at those baseline quests now, KTZ sitting at 28 stacks, so almost finishing out that baseline quest. Murdants are currently sitting at 12 stacks for his Stormbolt quest. We also had Decker talent into the Scroll of Identify again at level 1, and he's sitting on 2 stacks for that. So maybe in a little bit of these team fights coming up over these objectives and a little bit tighter aerials, he'll be able to finish out that quest soon.
Yeah, and he took the Rejuvenation Potion, just being able to supply his teammates with a little bit of mana on these long control-y objective points.
Yeah, no rubies.
Yep, no rubies.
No rubies. I guess we're going to see a little bit more variation coming out of talent picks on level 4 with Deckard now.
Alright, so we got this Coffee coming out here, trying to land a combo with that Icicle, but coming up empty.
I think he really wants to finish out that quest. Zeratul, you can't even see the health on him. We got the blind coming out, connecting onto him, and he's going to fall here. Crushing Jaws connecting onto Coffee, though. Stay a while and listen, followed up. But we have the Unstoppable being popped on him, and he's going to walk away, leaving Pang behind. But that's okay, because Pang's a tank. Big Bird, though, however, a little bit out of position here. Now getting chased down by the rest of the team. Coffee coming in with the amazing heals on the KTZ, hitting the Tychus, and he's going to fall now. Mal'Ganis looking to run away. Dubal's doing what he can to just pump some damage and try to scare off the rest of UuuuuuuuU.
Yeah, great trade, and like you said, here comes Pang, full health, back onto eat a lot of these minions here so they can back cap this. See if we got a little poke coming out here from Orphea on this Alexia. I don't know if she'll have her E up in time. It doesn't look like she will. And you see Pang just kind of disrupting the Mal'Ganis there in the back line.
Yeah, no, I gotta say, like, good job to Coffee. Have no fear, KTZ, healing for that Cassia, manages to keep her alive there. Does look like Zeratul's trying to get someone in the flank here, but they're aware that he's there and are just trying to keep eyes on him. Mal'Ganis will go looking for the stun, but it doesn't quite connect. Sleep coming out. That's not going to hit anyone either. Now we have the blind from the Artanis, while the rest of UuuuuuuU stuck in the Void Prison, while Pang and Big Bird getting caught a little bit. Crushing Jaws coming out, connects onto the Artanis. Pang now stuck in there. Pops the Unstoppable, is going to jump out here, and the teleport from Brightwing coming in to save him for the re-engage. Just a lot of back and forth here and nobody falling.
Yeah, great job from both healers there. And we're going to see Safety Dust, another one of my favorite talents on Brightwing. So anyone that does have the spell shield on them gains a little bit of extra healing. Combos well with the blink heal, but just this, the regular resets on the heal on the Q that she has is fantastic.
Looks like both teams now picking up their siege camp to just put a little bit of pressure in lane and something else to have to deal with and create some space for objective. There's only 0.4 seconds left on this channel if UuuuuuuuU can manage to grab that here. We do have Deckard for the interrupt. And channel right again if it can get interrupt again. Scroll by...
oh no!
Doesn't quite interrupt there. And they are managing to get some picks here. They managed to pick up that Zeratul, the beautiful combo coming out from Coffee once again. I did say earlier, you know, Coffee's known for playing these combo intensive heroes. He brings Alarak, KTZ, Kerrigan. He brings us all to the table. Definitely a very threatening presence when he's on these heroes.
Yeah, and then having the Cassia just being able to put her combo in there as well on the one specific spot makes it really hard for Decker to try and get any healing off in one specific area.
Yeah. Mid-court taking a bit of damage here, but no real commitment from UuuuuuuuuU trying to secure it. KTZ landing that combo onto Tychus, but we had the Decker just throwing potions right where he was going to take damage, so he's going to survive here, and they're now looking for the rotation onto bottom lane. Zeratul still here trying to clear this up. Potentially going to get caught if he's not careful. Kang leaping forward, landing the stun onto him. Brightwing coming in, going to probably poly this Zeratul. Unfortunately, the Void Prison catching all 4 members of UuuuuuuuU on their gank attempt, and he is going to manage to get away here. If maybe. Actually, Yuna's here to try and interrupt this rotation, and she does see him. Lands the swap and sends him back over towards Pang. Now he's just kind of trying to juke and jive to get out of here, but it's not going to work out for him. They do manage to get that pick onto the Zeratul.
All right, and then we're going to see a boss call here with Zeratul down for 35 seconds.
Very, very close to escaping. If he just had a path a little differently there, might not have got caught by the Artanis. But fortunately or unfortunately, depending on what team you're rooting for here, they did manage to get that pick onto him, meaning they get that boss heading straight towards Keep. I'm interested to see if they're just going to double boss or try to siege here, but it does look like they're heading up. Whether they're going to do boss or not, I'm not sure.
So it looks like they're trying not to show on wave. Unfortunately, that's where that wave was sitting. Maybe grab their camp. Nope, they're going to bypass the camp as well, and I think they're going to try and double boss here. And yeah, it looks like they're just going to defend here bottom, so they are going to let it happen.
Everyone's going off about the god swaps coming out from UuuuuuuuU here.
Jazzy warned you. Jazzy warned you at the beginning if you were here.
So this is exactly what they're doing. They're going for that double boss play here. So now that boss is going to be threatening top Keep here while objective is up in 20 seconds. So they're going to have to decide how they want to spend their resources on the side of sOaK every lane. If they're going to put any effort into defending that top boss, or if they're more going to focus on trying to delay out and stall channel on the objective. We are getting a little bit later into the game, so objective channels have increased. So they do have a bit of time to play with if they decide to defend the boss and then go for objective. But it just means they're going to have to win a team fight once they get there, so they can kind of create some space to return it.
Yep, so they're going to have most likely get that mid-fort there, so that's going to fall here during this objective, and they should go at least half of this objective here before any sort of interrupts will come through here.
They also grabbed that siege camp in the mid, so that's going to be pushing in and threatening the mid-fort while they're channeling objective. Kang positioning in a nice spot to kind of get eyes on anyone rotating in from the back bush, and we have Zeratul already flanking in.
Yep, Ping's coming out.
I love that dodge from the Mal'Ganis, and then jumping over him before he can even do anything else.
We'll say Void Prison is up here, so it's pushing Jaws.
Beautiful swap onto the Zeratul, but you're sending a little bit of scary target into the back line. Sail Wild Listen coming out, connecting onto 4 members of UuuuuuuuU, followed up by the crushing Jaws here. But it doesn't matter because KTZ is just blowing everyone up. Down goes 4 members of team sOaK every lane. Tychus looking to try and run away here. He did use that Gladiator's medallion already, and he's just going to die in the process.
Yeah, 5 dead, having 19s. I was going to say, why not make the core call here? And it looks like that's what we're going to do here. We may see them try and cap, just try and take down these 2 important keeps. I know that's usually the strat to try and end this map if you can. 2 keeps kind of comfortable to remove some of that armor there. But
yeah, absolutely.
Kind of holding the fort down on the point where they...
It is a bit difficult to try and end the game with 2 keeps still up, but instead of having everyone sit around on that objective, they're going to keep the Brightwing there, which is great because she can TP in after she secured the objective and clear out the keeps so that they can look for the objective to just help them secure and win the game here.
Yep, and 20 should come online here by this next point. So unfortunately, sOaK every lane's going to have to fight down a talent tier here. Void Prison still on cooldown for 25 seconds, as well as Commander Odin, while Avatar should be back up for this next team fight.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we are going to see a KTZ ban going into game number 3 if they manage to pull a win off here, because his KTZ has just been dominating in these matches. Crushing Jaw coming out again, connecting onto 2 members, and that's going to be the KTZ deleted. Brightwing getting quite low, but they do manage to get the pick on Deckard in return. But they're just going for more fights here to try and defend better. If they're not careful, though, it just means that UuuuuuuuuU is going to have the opportunity to win the game. They did manage to get that pick onto Zeratul as well, and Double's getting quite low. Tang jumping in, landing the stun onto the Tychus. Here comes Yuna, just misses the swap, but Big Bird in the back, already flanked on, trying to get the kills onto Tychus and Orphea as they retreat here. And this is the core falling quite quick here, with 2 objectives and the rest of UuuuuuuU on it, and that's going to be game number 2, going over to the side of UuuuuuuuU.
Yeah, those GG's coming out there, but yeah, I mean, Cassia taking, right at the end there, it was Coffee for a bit, but then taking the top hero damage. No deaths from Big Bird on that Cassia. Great plays there, but like you said, that was just Coffee on the Kel'Thuzad, just being able to set up so many of those kills and the potential there that I don't think they will allow that. So it's kind of a toss up here: is do you let him have the Alarak or do you let him have the KTZ?
Yeah, I mean, tough to say here. I did just also want to mention, I know a lot of people have been not so happy with the Gladiators medallion, and specifically citing things like KTZ and these combo heroes not being as useful with everyone having a self-cleanse. But I think Coffee proved here tonight that a 5-minute cleanse is not enough to stop a KTZ from wrecking a team.
Yeah, I mean, like you put it perfectly. It's 5 minutes. Most games last maybe 25 minutes. You could, in theory, if you use it, minute 1, 5.
Yeah,
but
like just to give you an idea, boss timers are 5 minutes. So you have a cleanse as often as you have a boss up on the map. Like, I'm gonna go fill up my water bottle though, because my throat's getting a little bit sore.
Sure.
We can take a look at these stats, and maybe you can talk a bit about that, and then I'll be right back for game number 3.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And then the healing coming out, Brightwing doing a great job there, seeing in and really helping create space with that Emerald Wind. I know a couple of times there in the combo in the trenches, that Emerald Wind saved the team a handful of times, and then just getting those Keysies and those polymorphs. But yeah, Tychus doing just a ton of damage for the enemy team, being able to get close in there, just using that trait on Murden and the Artanis, and Murden getting the extra percent health from the Avatar, just allowing Tychus to do the extra damage there as well. Yeah, you are right. The Cassie was good. I mean, I didn't think the nerf was going to be enough. I didn't really think the nerf to Surge of Life was a good talent. I honestly think that I mean, I like Cassie. I'm a Cassie player. I think just the level 1s need changed a little bit. I still think Charge Strikes is too good. I think the bonus damage is what really kind of helps carry her into that. But again, there's counterplay ability with her. She has to be so close to do majority of her damage, kind of like Tychus does, that she can kind of be easily picked up. Tyler's pro. I would love to show the talents. Maybe when Jazzy comes back, she might be able to.
I already left the screen just now.
Look at that.
So
nice.
I apologize.
I
saw you ask that just as I joined the lobby for the next game. My bad, Tearless.
I'm still sitting here tireless. If there's any particular hero you're looking at, I can kind of help there before I jump back into that lobby.
It does look like we're going to be going to Infernal Shrines for our final game of the night here. Let's just take a look over here at these map selections, catch you guys up on what happened here so far tonight. So game number 1, Tomb of the Spider Queen, that was picked by UuuuuuuuU, and we had sOaK Every Lane actually win it. Game number 2, we had sOaK Every Lane picking Alterac Pass, but UuuuuuuuU turning it around and grabbing the dub there. Now going into game number 3, we are going to Infernal Shrines. This one also being picked by UuuuuuuU.
It's another team fighting map picking this one. Kind of reminds me of a little bit of the first map with Tomb of the Spider Queen, you got those pit fights around these objectives, and yeah, I don't think KTC is going to be allowed to roll through this one.
We had chat saying, I mean, who doesn't love that they can listen to Dax's voice for another game?
Me, I hate the sound of my own voice. I don't watch anything that I talk in.
At this point, I've kind of gotten used to it, so I don't really
Yeah,
care.
I guess I could see that. Yeah, you're doing great. God swaps in the chat. People are praising your swaps. Got Rag in the chat. Just thanks for everybody hanging out, coming in, supporting both these teams.
Yeah, NGS and NGS Season 10 as well. This is like the first week of it, and it's good to see so many people out and supporting the games here. We're just going to give the ready in chat here. I'm ready to get into this game number 3.
Yeah, Sonya is a big player here. Leoric. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, Cassie is good here. Raynor, heroes that we've seen already.
I was thinking too when I was grabbing my water, both games here on the side of sOaK Every Lane, they picked up that Orphea Deckard combo to land the Stale While Enlistance, followed up by the Orphea Crushing Jaws. And they've been comboing that very effectively on the side of sOaK Every Lane in both of these games. So that might be something that they're looking to get rid of here. Here we go.
Do we see a dirty bathtub?
Oh, maybe. Getting into game number 3 here. I mean, I'm always up for... I want to say I'm always up for a dirty bathtub, but only in HOTS exclusively. I'm like one of those...
Yes.
In real life, if there's like something floating in my tug, I'm like, I guess I gotta empty the whole thing, run it again.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I know my wife's hair. Like, I don't know how my wife isn't bald, because like every day that there's
that's just
her
a
hair
girl
is in the
thing.
bottom of the shower. Yeah, I don't know, but like,
You need to get one of the mushrooms for your drain.
Oh, I should. That's a good
No,
point.
they're actually like the best, because I shed so much in the shower, and they're just like a little rubber thing that catches all of the hair. It's
She
it's
usually
the
just
best
throws
thing
them
ever.
against the wall, and then I get stuck.
Oh no!
'Cause I hate, because
Well,
I hate
here,
looking at them.
the
So
best-
I take them.
That's even worse. The best thing about the shrooms is you can just let it go down the drain because it's getting caught.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. I'll have to get you one as a gift or something.
I'll have to look it up, and I will.
Yeah, they're
I
like
will- I
they're
will
like
try on your
$4
thing.
on Amazon.
Oh, okay, I'll do it right
It's a
after
game
this. But we're gonna see
changer.
the Cassia. Yeah, I'm all about it. What's I gotta do? So, yep, Cassia band, the Respect band probably coming out there. They got it through that second game, but not again. And then Alarak.
Uuuuuuuuuu's still opting to ban out that Chromie every match here. I'm wondering if sOaK Every Lane actually has a Chromie player. Something to maybe ask if they end up winning this game for the interview.
Yeah, maybe it's the new. Could be. Well, Spam's been playing the healer. I'm just trying to see from the notes from last season. But yeah, it looks like her main mage dealer played a lot of Mephisto. So maybe something we're not seeing. Maybe on the new roster here. And then same as Ragnaros again. So again, probably just another comfort pick on the side of sOaK Every Lane.
You know, have they been banning the Rag as well?
I think every game Rag's been banned.
That's interesting.
I bring the mega death.
Because I kind of like Rag sometimes on Infernal Shrines, having your Molten Core up for either the defense against objective or to finish off an objective if the enemy team can push you off, but there's only maybe like 10 minions left to kind of cap. But I don't know that he gets much value on, like, I guess he does on Tomb, and he can get value on Alterac, so... But he's just not a typical meta pick you see here. They are going to be grabbing that Orphea, which means that Deckard, Stale While, and Crushing Jaw combo is not going to be something that they can they can pull off here.
So it begins.
So I don't know if... Because Lexia, we might see her pick up, since Coffee, we could see her pick up her Lunara maybe. Could see Yuna pick up her, I know she's really good at Kerosene as well. Not sure if Big Bird plays the Leoric. We might see the Dirty Bathtub combo coming out on the side of Lulu here. But then, yeah, first time tonight, we're going to see that Tassadar pick up.
Yeah, Tassadar getting a little bit of a nerf on his Q in the patch today. So I think he's slowly going to be falling out of the meta here. It's difficult. He's one of those, because he has to stand still to do so much damage. I feel like taking him, you need to be so safe and careful about what you're doing with him. A lot of the times, even the time between when you cast your Q and you end the cast, all of a sudden you're in a bad position. So I think with the nerf to him, he might not be as big of a pick now. But we'll have to see how the season kind of plays out and what it does to him.
All right, and not wanting to see that Hanzo again. Scatter Arrow build does a great job in these little tiny pit fights on the monkeys as well. I'm not sure if the Q build, I think it's just lane minions, I believe. I don't think it counts as monsters on the wave clear.
So here's the thing. Yuna does play Sonya as well. So if she wanted to deny the Sonya... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, right.
Anytime you're ready.
Well, then we're probably good to see her pick into Artanis again. She has to take a solo lane.
Okay, yep, and we'll see. You'll probably exterminate laner.
Unless they take it away from her.
That's true. They could do that and save themselves the ban here. But Big Bird, he could go Exterminator for point control. But I love Orphea in place of Jaina in that slow combo territory. If Coffee goes trait build, and with Raynor in the slows, they kind of help boost each other's damage. So I like the two of those picked together.
I do have to say, I know Brightwing can sometimes seem a little lackluster as a healer, but Slexi did quite a good job last game. Had some nice saves coming out on the teleport from Brightwing. So I'm less concerned about it now.
Yeah, I was when you were off getting topping off your water there. I was even saying she had a lot of good saves with the Zizin and the Emerald Wind, kind of creating some space for her team and those little tiny choke points with the crushing jaws combos there. As well as those timely Z's and the polymorphs to maybe save or to secure a kill on that Zeratul.
Yeah, I'm just looking now, and I know that sOaK Every Lane really likes to play off these stale while and listen combos. So I'm wondering if they're gonna try and do like a stale while and listen into a mosh, maybe a stale while and listen followed up by like a Junkrat. To knock them back and out of position. So I'm kind of excited to see what they also bring to this fight here. I'm also wondering if maybe they might try and pull off some like a 4-man and let Zul just soak mid-bottom, because that's a potential here.
That's what I'm thinking here. And then Zul, he could go, now it does increase the cooldown on his bone shield, but with Raynor, with Artanis, and even auto attacks coming in from Orphea, he could go that route of negating auto attacks to if Yuna wants to stack Ire again to kind of deny her some stacks.
Prepare yourselves for battle, heroes.
All right, here we are, game number 3, the best of 3 series between sOaK Every Lane and UuuuuuuuU. Who do we got on the left, Daxx?
All right, on the left side for sOaK Every Lane, we have Philippik on the Zul, Spam picking up that Deckard again, Kid on ETC, Doubles on Tassadar, and Dam 13 on the Junkrat.
The battle begins in
All right, and
10
on the
seconds.
right-hand side, rocking the red, UuuuuuuU with Slexi on the Brightwing, Big Bird on Raynor, Pang playing Joanna, Uuuuuuuuuleska picking up the Artanis, and Coffee playing Orphea.
We cannot tarry.
I think Alpharak is just bringing the hype to chat.
He is a big fan of Big Birds.
A Big Bird fan club just being started here tonight in chat.
Let's go.
We're gonna have our typical 5-man brawl mid, trying to pick that. Oh, we have a beautiful slide connecting onto UuuuuuuuLeska as she was queuing as Artanis here. She's getting caught now, just body block for days by the ETC, and that's gonna be first blood in favor of sOaK Every Lane.
Yeah, kind of rough. Great body blocks coming out there, but they're just getting stuck in all of that Tassadar slow and Junkrat poke. Real rough to go there.
Yeah, see, this is one of the things I said about Artanis earlier is, like, you have 0 disengage. You get caught in positions like that, you're just struggling to escape.
All right, and then we will see Zul with that shade going to be evading basic attacks. Block party coming out as well from ETC, so very mindful of those auto attacks. We're going to see Big Bird going Exterminator for the Shrine. And then actually lost hope again on Johanna, which makes me happy because I love that level 1 talent.
Yeah, I do too. A lot of people like picking up trait, and I understand that it can get some good value happening on the lower rhythm. But I personally have just always played Joanna with the Laws of Hope, and I feel like not having that extra little bit of healing there to activate when I need it, it really changes how I have to play her for my playstyle.
Yep, 100%, because I use it as kind of like a pre-pot. So I'll like, if I'm going to engage, I will literally pop Laws of Hope and step into the enemy team with that rolling. And like you said, it just, and then when you don't have that, you kind of go in, push all your buttons, and then, you know, if you're not getting the healing, you kind of just die, unfortunately.
Both teams doing a good job with their macro play already. They did manage to each get their siege camps out in the mid lane. However, UuuuuuuuU did steal that bottom camp, and sOaK Every Lane didn't quite get vision of that before it happened. They did manage to clear it out though and get a little bit of pressure onto that the bottom fort wall there.
All right, as we do see Zul, looks like Zul is doing that double soak there. Top and mid, we're going to see Junkrat peel off. I think he's going to be grabbing the camp here, or at least starting it right before objective here. As we see Tassadar just picked up the last few stragglers on the rotation back up to the first objective.
Both teams picking up those bruiser camps now. Great call. It's a nice thing to have those camps pushing in the top lane while objective, especially when objective is spawning mid or bottom for first one. It means that whoever clears the camp, there's just going to be a lot of pressure going onto those top forts. It does look like Artanis is going up there to try and clear out a bit of the lane and have that camp start to pressure him up. Meanwhile, Zul getting caught out of position a bit here. Peng looking to try and chase him down, but not quite enough damage to secure the kill there. He did pop the shields, and he's going to walk away. Yuna coming down to join the fight now. Power slide going out, connects onto Coffee, knockback from coming out, and he's going to fall here. Zul getting quite low in this fight though. The stun from Condemn connecting onto him, followed up by the Joanna's Q, and he's going to fall as well. ETC now swapped into the back line, able to power slide out and hit Peng. And now just a lot of back and forth. Teleport from Brightwing coming out, and that's going to heal Peng back up. But immediately, Yuna and Slex catching a Q from the Tassadar, chunking him down quite a bit. Decker Brute landing onto Brightwing, and now the Junkrat bomb there kind of knocked Yuna into a good position, potentially saved her life a bit. Currently 32 minions. 32 minions on the side, 33 for the side of UuuuuuuU. Looking to try and finish it off here, but lots of just back and forth in the process of it happening. Big Bird getting caught out of position. Looks like he's just inting for the objective is all that happened there.
Worth, as we say.
Yeah, I mean, look, they might be able to get the counter pick onto ETC. Not quite, though.
Yeah, it is the Limbo King, the Arcane Punisher himself. So fortunately enough for sOaK Every Lane that it wasn't a Frozen Punisher that does a ton of damage to being able to shut down those forts. So we're going to see them go and get some macro pressure onto this map, maybe counteract Zul here a little bit and what he's doing up in that top lane.
How have I never heard it being called the Limbo King?
I have no idea. That's the best thing that I call it. It's just the little spinny limbo bars. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, being down the Rainer there, they decided not to siege in with the camp. Instead, they got to work right away on their siege camp. Or sorry, they decided not to siege in with the objective.
They hear Big Bird kind of getting the calls coming out there a little bit, so he's going to back off there. And we might see just a little bit of dancing here around this bot camp.
Yeah, here's the thing is I feel like this fight is just Junkrats if they do try to contest that with the traps and the bomb just to knock everyone off. It really plays out in their favor, but it doesn't look like he's put one down, so that camp is just going over to the side of UuuuuuuU without a trouble, and Tass and ETC getting quite low here. ETC coming in to try and heal for the team, and he is going to manage to survive just barely.
Yeah, I mean, great job. Leska in the top lane, just trying to keep up with Zul in the soak there, and capping that on the defending the invade and then actually capping that bottom camp there.
And we have the beautiful swap going out onto the Zul here. Peng coming in for the flank to try and stun and just CC him a bit, and the rest of the team showing up to bump out the damage. Is it going to be enough? He's just managing to escape here. Decker Pot's healing him up, and now Tassadar getting quite low. Big Bird coming up, trying to secure that kill, and it's going to be Joanna getting the final hit onto him, get the kill, but it's not going to be for free. In fact, that was a 2-for-1 in favor of sOaK Every Lane here.
Yeah, man. I thought for sure Pang was gonna get that flashlight kill, and it's kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, just a
But
little bit
10
of
online
greed
both
coming
games.
out on the side of UuuuuuuuuU, trying to secure those kills there. Yeah, level 10's picked up. We can take a look here on the side of UuuuuuuU. Blink Heal, Blessed Shield, Purifier Beam, which is an interesting pick, especially since Tass is talented into Archon, so you don't have that blind for him, or the Zool either. And Eternal Feast from the Orphea.
Yeah, I guess Taskbar has, like you spoke a little bit earlier, Taskbar has to stand still to do a lot of his abilities, so I guess that could be a counter
Yeah.
for the Taskbar.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not wrong there. Here we go, trying to get that Zool pick once again. I feel like they're constantly trying to get that rotation on Zool, and it's not quite working out for them.
Yeah, he currently has his team up, at least minion soak-wise, about 3,000 now. You know, they are doing a great job, everybody else, keeping up. Keeping up with the soak from whole team-wise. But yeah, Uuuuuuuuu's having a tough time finishing up with that Zool if he gets going.
You did see both teams picking up that bruiser camp once again, so like I said, their macro game pretty on point here. They're all making sure to grab camps on cooldown and getting bruiser camps out right before objectives, and that's something I'd like to see here. Eternal Beast coming out. Stay a while and listening, coming to disengage from that there. Now Pang just looking into the backline, still has that Blessed Shield up, but they have the swap landing onto the Zool. He pops his Poison Nova, and that's going to hit 4 members of UuuuuuuuU, getting chunked by that poison. Meanwhile, ETC falls in the scuffle here, and it looks like they're looking for some cleanup onto the Tassadar. I mean, all the members on the side of sOaK every lane getting quite low, aside from the Deckard, and they're not able to secure another kill here. But it did get quite scary for them.
Yeah, we're real close there. Looking to try and maybe end this here real quick. Only about 10 more monkeys needed to go here, but you know, red team's a little low here as well. So if they can get topped off, then they can maybe get a couple kills to kind of negate this mortar Punisher push here.
They did manage to secure this Punisher, but like you said, quite low. They're going to need to back up or tap. Looks like Slexia's going to back. I'm not sure if she has her Z up and ready here to TP in and help on the engage, but I'm sure we'll see in a minute, and that's exactly what's going to happen. She's going to teleport in, give a little bit of shields and vision, and they're going to siege in with this bottom, onto this bottom fort with this Punisher.
All right, maybe we'll see a shield come off of that, but let's see a sleep. Just try and disengage that a little bit. Pang being patient with that shield. Gonna let that go off. Deckard not belong to this world as they chase into the keep wall here. Dubal's getting really low. Let's hope not getting jumped on. Nope, we'll be able to escape there with about 150 health.
Red team's Punisher has fallen.
Does look like UuuuuuuU is going to pick up that bottom siege camp now that they've opened up bottom and pushed that out a bit with the objective. They also have a siege camp picked up in mid by Yuna while they were pushing with that objective. Yuna now just rotating top to get some soak up there and just kind of keep them that XP lead that they have going on. Siege camp now picked up in the mid by UuuuuuU as well. There's a lot of map pressure going on the side of UuuuuuU. It's looking pretty good for them right now.
I don't think we saw the mosh pit yet, so ECC could be coming in here to look for that. Here any second. 13's coming online, did go encore, so we'll be seeing a ton more mosh pit in this game.
A rotation coming from UuuuuuU up into that top lane. Maybe just looking to try and secure this fountain before next objective. Maybe the fort if they can get away with it, but I have a feeling that that's going to be a bit of a difficult thing to do with sOaK every lane coming up to try and stop it. Power slide going out, connecting onto Brightwing and Artanis. And Brightwing just getting really low, manages to blink heal out of there, and now ETC getting turned on. We have the Purifier Beam on him. Pang's just turning around, trying to chase him down. But 3 members getting caught in the Deckard route, followed up by the Junkrat tire. And that's going to be Brightwing and Orphea down. They're now looking to try and get something in return. UuuuuuuuU is in the back line trying to get the pick on to the Zool, but it didn't work out. So 3 members of UuuuuuuU falling here, and all of a sudden that XP lead gap closed.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it either until right there. I was watching poor ETC try and just push that R to help his team win that, and then Purifier Beam came out and wasn't allowing him to stand still with that channel. So that could be another monster counter that I didn't really think about. But we're going to see as we'll just continue that double soak there while the team pushes down, getting his front wall here. The next Punisher will be up here shortly enough. My guess is probably a Frozen since we saw the other two, and that will be walking on a keep here.
They have eyes of them here. They are sitting in this bush looking to pick off somebody in there. They go onto the engage on the Junkrat. Big Bird's out there to pump out the damage. They do manage to use the bomb to escape and knocks Pain back in the meantime, but he's going to be able to walk away okay. Now they're just looking to pick up their Bruiser Cam and push out top lane a bit.
Yeah, that was real close. I was a little worried for UuuuuuuuuU there. The rest of the team was kind of rotating back off of maybe taps or just coming back from clearing that lane there. That I was hoping that sOaK Every Lane was going to be able to turn that around and get 1 or 2 kills there from their own.
Yeah, it was a little unfortunate that they managed to get caught top trying to push that out right before next objective, because losing that fight allowed sOaK Every Lane. Oh, hang on, there might be a little bit of a fight here before I get into that. Brightwing teleport coming out, but it was onto Pang, who was quite healthy. Mosh connecting onto 2 members of UuuuuuuuU, followed up by the Junkrat Tire, and that's just 2 members falling quite quickly, followed by the Brightwing getting picked off by Tassadar. Rest of the team now looking to be chased down. Bone Prison going on to our, the Rainer, who pops his Gladiator's medallion, is going to walk away. Another Q connecting onto him, but not enough damage to pick him off, and that's 3 members of UuuuuuuU down right before next objective. No, as I was saying, them pushing and overextending top allowed sOaK Every Lane to get that fight in before level 16s were hit and open up top lane right before next objective. To kind of counter what happened in that team fight, it looks like Big Bird and Pang are going to pick up these siege camps in the mid lane so that there's some pressure in mid lane during objective. I mean, that's all they really can do here.
Yeah, the Brightwing is finally back up here, but we're about halfway through, excuse me, off the objective. So that's what they're going to do. They're trying to get maybe a counter push somewhere else here. But just a massive amount of damage coming out on the side of sOaK Every Lane into that Brightwing. You know, Zul going Poison Nova just does a whole chunk worth of damage into just the Junkrat poke as well as the Tassadar poke. So, you know, it's just having a hard time, I think, just keeping her team topped off. Compared to maybe last game.
Yeah, I wouldn't count them down and out yet, though. They did manage to get a lot of lane pressure in the mid and bottom to kind of counter this push going on. So this is a 4-man, like a 4v5 in the top lane with this objective. It is a Frozen Punisher, which is now the, you know, the crowd favorite Punisher to shut down forts and keeps. So a little bit more help coming out from Punisher this time, but still down a member. So if they stick around too long, they need to be careful. Duel is coming up now, but it looks like he thinks his team's going to get away because he's kind of dancing between coming and going back mid to catch the soak. We do have looks like a bush gank set up here. Luckily, it's going to be Pain walking in first, but with all of that damage coming out, maybe they're still going to be able to turn it here. Again, the Purifier Beam onto ETC, kind of chasing him away. Now Zul just stuck in the back line without any help from his team, and he does go down. 1 member down on the side of sOaK Every Lane. They're now looking to turn it around on the rest of them. Tassadar popping his Gladiator's medallion, going to walk away here. Yuna getting quite low. She's going to fall here. Slexia also going down. In return, they get the pick onto ETC, though. Junkrat getting quite low, manages to use his bomb and get himself out of there, but Joanna has the chase on here, and he has no escape now. 1 Q, and he's going to fall as well. And that is 4 members of sOaK Every Lane down. Let's see what UuuuuuuuU can do to try and get some value from these picks here. They do have bottom lane pushed in with the siege camp already on the keep there. It looks like they're going to siege up mid, though. Next objective is mid. If they can open this up, that means tapping next Punisher will go straight to keep, and they could look to try to end the game that way. It also gives them a little bit more of an advantage going into this next objective, as they still have that healing fountain and fort up on their side that they can retreat back to and tap and re-engage.
Yeah, absolutely. Really great job by UuuuuuuU picking that team fight up when they needed to, seeing Zul kind of in that off lane there, not knowing where he was, but just really, you know, turning that bush gank into a favorable position there. I think Yuna got the swap onto that Zul. I was handled a little bit further.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's what happened there, but yeah, great swap.
Yeah, no, I believe you're right. Now UuuuuuuuuU knows they need to be a little bit careful here. Death timers were getting closer for everyone coming up here, and they need to retreat before they're able to secure that keep. But a lot of damage there, so that if bottom lane goes untouched for a little while, they might be able to just sneak a keep with some katas. They're looking to pick up the siege camp in mid and also on bruisers right now. sOaK every lane picking up their bruisers in the top lane as well. So that really
great
just...
pickup.
Oh, go ahead.
Nope, I was gonna say Fairy Protector for Brightwing. Love that. So she can not only apply Pixie Dust to her entire team, then getting the heal, and then she went to Safety Dust as well, doing 75% more healing. So a lot more AOE healing coming in from Brightwing here.
Yeah, that'll
as well
be...
as the Unstoppable, and then Johanna coming back up here in these team fights.
That'll be great for either the Poison Nova or maybe even the Junkrat Tire for her to pop that. We do have that upgraded Stale While and Listen coming out from Deckard as well, so they need to be careful because you will be silenced and blind for 3 seconds after getting caught in that.
You never expect that one. Usually it's always like the potions until you can't push your buttons.
No, that's funny, as I almost always take that one when I play Deckard.
I agree with you 100%. It's just like, oh no. Some really great positioning, just a lot of poke coming out here from both teams. They know what's kind of on the line here with this last team fight here.
Yeah.
Of the match.
Coffee getting caught here, just getting chunked right down. But he's turning it around now. Brightwing coming out with the teleport, and now the Purifier Beam out onto the the ETC again. Tassadar getting chunked down, and it looks like the chase is on for Zool. Polymorph connects onto him, and they're going to manage to secure the kill onto Zool. Meanwhile, there's a little bit of a 1v1 going on over here between Orphe and Tassadar, and they end up killing each other on the sidelines. Mosh coming out, manages to catch a couple members of UuuuuuuuU, and just lots of damage being traded back and forth here. They get that pick onto the Artanis. And yeah, so now they're just turning around, looking for the pick onto Big Bird. The Junkrat bombs, trying to get it here. Kid mounting up, looking to try and maybe do something. Pang pops his Gladiator's medallion, able to walk away, and here comes the Punisher in favor of sOaK every lane.
All right, let's see here. They still have a really healthy wall and a fort here, so I don't think UuuuuuuU is, they're not down yet. Pang's going to do a great job popping Unstoppable there. You kite this in between the fort and the keep wall here. The rest of the team members should be up here for defense at the keep wall.
Yeah, definitely not a game-ending Punisher, and they are trading a keep to get this fort. The Bruiser camp pushing in top the entire time manages to secure a keep, so even losing this objective and losing 3 members on the side of UuuuuuuU, they're still a little bit ahead off this objective here. We do have that Hyperion coming out from the Rainer to try and defend, and that's just going to be the Punisher falling. Bottom keep also getting threatened right now by sOaK every lane, or sOaK every lane's bottom keep being threatened, I should say.
Yep, absolutely. And Pang is playing really aggressive right now. He can see Tassadar back defending that. A huge wave about to take out the bottom keep there. So that's what UuuuuuuU needs to do now, is pick a fight, outnumbering the team, and then just pick a lane and end in it. And I think that's going to be the call here.
I mean, they still have eyes on Tass and know he's not quite here to take the fight, but instead it kind of just looks like they're going to be trading camps. Pang's looking for something, though. He's keeping eyes on everyone. Power Slide going out, connecting onto the Rainer and the Joanna. Joanna popping her trait. Now in the back line here, trying to get what they can. Damage being poked out by Orphe. Q from the Tassadar coming out. Doesn't quite connect onto anyone. Oh, Swap coming out. Doesn't hit the Zool. And Bone Prison being landed onto Joe. But again, it's just a lot of poking back and forth. No real hard engages or picks happening yet.
Yep, and then it's a great trade for UuuuuuuU. I mean, there's 2 catapults and a decent wave about to push onto the core, and they're gonna go back and clear that now. So the pressure is in their favor the longer these fights go out.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. So maybe just show up and threaten that you're gonna do bruisers just to have like somebody, stalling on the clearing the lanes part of it. But instead, again, they're just looks like they're going to trade and do camps. Play it slow. I mean, for them, there's no rush. All of the pressure on lanes is in favor for UuuuuuuU.
Yeah, I mean, the next objective is on the bot lane where they have yet another healthy wall and another fort. So, worst case scenario, it just happens like it did last time and maybe lose, a key wall. And they're still in real good position.
Look at this. UuuuuuuuuU setting up for the bush ganks here. They even are, I think they were pinging to make sure that Artanis was in the bush more forward in case they came down the front way. They had some front line there. And I think they're just going to camp it out here for a little bit. See if they can catch them on the rotation, trying to clear out bottom lane. It might take a while, but as long as they have some patience, maybe send Coffee out to be the bait.
I'm not sure, and this is kind of what you see here. What the good teams really do is they learn how to be patient. A lot of teams, they kind of get in this lull and they just want to go and team fight, and you can kind of throw a game, doing it this way. Maybe taking a fight, you weren't in a good position, or one of your teammates can kind of get caught off, just, clearing a wave or whatever. So, great job by UuuuuuuuuU coming out here, just being patient and letting the fight come to them.
Yeah. They did clear out that top lane, which means the Bruisers are not going to be pushing in on UuuuuuuU's top keep here. And keep in mind, they have that top keep down, so there's Katas in every wave to kind of push in and pressure core in both the bottom and top lanes of sOaK every lane. So it kind of means they need to make this a quick fight on the side of sOaK every lane, because they're going to have Katas on core shortly here if they extend this for too long. It does look like the Hyperion and just pressure from the Johanna is going to push them off that objective, and now UuuuuuuuU looking to secure as many minions as they can while they have that space created. sOaK every lane coming back in here. Eternal Feast coming out from the Orphea. Looks like Tassin and Raynor are kind of having a little fight in the bottom, but Zul's the one getting chunked down. Pops his Gladiator's Medallion, and instead it's the Tassadar getting picked off from that Raynor 1v1. Poison Nova doing a little bit of work again, and Pang getting quite low, but he has that level 20 proc. Is he going to be able to live through it, though? And it looks like he is going to walk away. Just a little bit of damage onto him, and he was going to fall. Orphea's still sitting in the back line, managing to get the pick onto Zul, and now looking at the Junkrat, and she's just sustaining through that, but don't walk into the bombs, and she doesn't.
She lives forever. Coffee's about to 1v4 this team. Oh my goodness, what a team fight there. The Mortar Punisher pushing the bot lane here. Fork Spam in a little bit of trouble here, and I think we're going to see UuuuuuuuU taking this 2-1 in the first week of NGS Season 10.
Yeah, the thing is you really underestimate how long Orphea can sustain in those 1v1s when she's landing those chomps and Qs. Just getting those autos off and the shields from the level 13 talent is going to keep them alive in those fights, and that's exactly it. Game number 3 going over the side of UuuuuuuU. GG's and well played.
Yeah, that come level 22, she gets a spell power on
exactly.
Everything.
Yeah,
does just a ton of self-sustain, and like you said, to your point, there's the shields on that chomp.
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of wrecking in those little 1v1 fights. Again, if you're looking at the stats here, very close in kills, 16-15, very tight game. I mean, any of these games could have gone either way. It was such a great series to be able to cast tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It was quite the series. I couldn't put it into better words myself here. Pardon me. But yeah, like I said, I think it just kind of came down to that last team fight there, who was going to win this game. And fortunately for UuuuuuuU, they were able to come away with the victory.
All right, I'm just hitting up the captain for UuuuuuuU and seeing if they want to pop in for an interview. So I'm going to go down into the NGS channel here. Let's see, lobby 1. All right, I'll meet you there.
I'll see you there.
All right, Slexia, GG's, well played. What a great series to watch tonight. Very back and forth. I don't know, you just had us on the edge of our seats the entire time.
Yeah, we were super sweaty and nervous, but we managed to do it. We just super played safe that last game. We tried to just have map control, and it worked out for us because they had some scary heroes, some pocket picks.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things we were mentioning towards the last game there is you guys are just playing it slow. You know, sometimes we see these teams come in and they just want to brawl. They don't have the patience to sit in those bushes or rotate and look for those picks. They're just looking to run at them. But not you guys. You sat back and you just played it slow and kept your advantage that you had going for you with the lane pressure. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the bands you guys chose tonight. Chromie and Rag being picked off a lot. Did you guys scout out the enemy team, or were these just picks you didn't want to deal with?
So we did scout them, and the Ragnaros seemed to be something that they play, and we just don't want to deal with Chromie right now. We didn't check to see if they played it. We just, even with the slight nerf, we just didn't want to deal with it. So we just got rid of that. And on that map, with as oppressive as the Sonya was the first game, decided to last ban that. It would have been nice if they picked it up, because it was devastating on Tomb. Those leaps were just devastating. So yeah, we were just banning what we didn't want to play against, and that's pretty much it.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your team, who you have on it, how long have you guys been playing together? Yeah.
So we have 6 total members, the 5 that you saw tonight, and we have Imran as a sub. She kind of does the same thing I do, heals or assassin, a few mages, a few auto attackers, and we've been playing together Yuna and I have been playing together for a while. I've been playing with Big Bird for a while. I don't have a certain time frame, also because I'm high on adrenaline from playing the games, so I can't really, my brain's not functioning, Jazzy.
Oh, we actually have the God Swap Artanis that just popped into the lobby with us. GG's, Yuna, well played.
Came here to say, ooh, woo!
We heard you saying it, Jazzy, as ooh woo woo, and we're like, maybe we practice it together and then we'll continue with the interview for future reference. It's in there. Yuna, do it.
Ooh woo.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? I'm out of here. I'll listen to the you guys' chat right now on stream. But ooh woo! Thanks guys for casting. You're awesome.
Thanks for letting me catch a game tonight, guys. Dax, do you have any questions here before we get into shoutouts?
No, I just commending the Brightwing pick. I mean, it was a decision process, just something you've been comfortable on, or just kind of a hard counter to what they wanted to do.
It was to hard counter what they wanted to do, and it's kind of like something I had to blow the dust off that I used to love to play. But with the cleanse built in as trait, with Emerald Wind and all of what they had planned to do, I just saw messing that up for them. And really that was my goal. And it played out. I've never even picked the Emerald Wind upgrade until that game, but that last fight, I used it twice in a row and felt like a god. I'm not even kidding.
You created so much space, and I believe, I think you saved Coffee, and I want to say Big Bird, and then actually pushed the Zeratol into Pang and secured that kill at the very end.
It took all of my mana, but yeah.
Yeah, it didn't matter. You were able to win off of that ult there. But no, very good pick. I love the build. I complimented it a lot throughout the third game for sure.
Thanks. Yeah, third game I went Blink Heal instead. Now I wish I would have gone Emerald Wind, if I'm being honest. But you live and learn. I had a really fun time playing, and the team is just excellent. Ping calling targets. Big Bird, big shout outs to him for really just being the calm one all the time, because if you've played with me, you know how crazy I get, and Yuna's no better. And Coffee just sits there silently. So he reminded us to take it slow. Let's get some space. Let's get some space here on this objective, and that's how we win. And certainly that is how we won. Our health bars were so low, but we somehow managed to do it. It was just so close.
Well, before we wrap everything up, any shout outs you want to do for us, Lex?
Yeah, I want to shout out you guys, first of all, for casting. I know you always hope for a game 3, and then when you finally get it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But actually just having to sit there and jeopardize losing your voice to shoutcast our games, something that I'm appreciative of. I would like to shout out Leska, a good friend and teammate, Big Bird, Coffee, Peng, Imran, of course, and I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Myself, just kidding. Who else am I forgetting? Anyone?
I think you got everyone on your team.
But really, just shouting them out. We have not been able to practice together as 5, if I'm being completely honest. So we came in a little nervous tonight and managed to turn it around. So yeah, thanks everyone.
Well, once again, congrats. Well played tonight. And I can't wait to see what you guys bring for the rest of the NGS season.
I am excited too. One last, we all did that before we started. We were like 3, 2, 1, and we said our team name. And that's our new thing. So,
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck in the rest of Season 10 for NGS. I hope to catch your next game. Have a fantastic rest of your night. Daxx, I'll meet you back in our call in just a moment here.
Sounds good.
Oh, Tearless is saying, ask them how they felt about the medallion change in fights. You're right. I should have brought that up. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, they're still listening. I mean, Leska or Slex.
Yeah, I know they're kind of in the chat. Yeah. But yeah, what a great series. And I'm so thankful that I had Daxx here to help me cast this tonight. Any last thoughts you want to throw out there, Daxx? Maybe give yourself a shout out where people can find you, what you're up to these days.
Yeah, NGS is kind of where I'm at. I am the new host for Nexus Edge, show that the league puts on, just kind of fun stuff that we put on. Just a half-hour show, hour if we get kind of talkative. That's Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then I'm also compete. Unfortunately, on the Illa Dancing Queens, we got moved down to Div E this season. So hopefully climb our way back out of that. But yeah, I usually hanging out in your chat, playing some Stream Raiders, and just having a good old time.
Well, that's going to be it for NGS cast tonight. I'm going to end my stream and restart it so we can get rid of that delay. And I think that there's going to be a bunch of us going over to play Among Us. So I'm not, is going to play. I'm not sure if she's still going to stick around. I know she's pretty tired because we kept her up pretty late playing Among Us. But if you want to catch that, that's going on after I shut this down and restart. But in terms of NGS streams, you can catch me streaming tomorrow. I believe it's at 7:30 p.m. It'll show on my end screen. I'm going to be casting another NGS game then, so if you want to drop by and catch that. And then Thursday, I will be casting NGS once again with Slexia. We're going to be doing the Heroic Division game that's going on Thursday, so that should be exciting. And then the rest of my week, I think you guys are familiar with, but I appreciate you joining me tonight, Daxx, and I hope to co-cast and cast with you again in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to cast with you, Jazz, and you and your community. Just GGS. I can't shout that out enough. Girls Gang Squad, the best part of my Fridays. I look forward to it every single week.
I was avoiding saying that. I'm not supposed to.
I know it's towards the end here. I will say it. I will take that one. Both you and Slex are just
throwing me under the bus, like advertising.
No, I'll follow on that one. I'm not. No. It's me, not you. But yeah, just shouting that out there. It's kind of what you do on the side as well. So.
All right, well, that's it. I will be right back. Like I said, just going to swap to this ending screen, end stream, and then come back live for some Among Us if you guys want to stick around. But other than that, thank you, Daxx. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and see you again next time.
See ya.
All right, there we go. Tomorrow, Division C West can't counterpick stupid versus can't create acronyms. At 7:30 p.m. Pacific time if you want to catch that. I think it's just going to be me casting that one tomorrow. So no co-caster, but if you want to come support me, I would love that. And just give me a moment here. I'm going to get everything set up and close down stream and restart again without the delay so I can keep up with chat a bit better.